Welcome to the Daily Jing for Friday, January 26th. Here's the quote of the day. Always locate the reader in time and space, again and again. Beginning writers rush into feelings, to interior lives. Instead, stick to surface appearances, hit the five senses, give the history of the person and the place and the look of the person and the place. Use first and last names as you write. Stick everything in place and time. Annie Dillard. This will be important in this class, especially in the familiar essays. So put it somewhere where you can access it, this kind of information. Okay, so let's go to the schedule. We're in the Friday, this first week. So you should start the View and Do 0.1, the introduction of the course. Here's some definitions related to the reader analysis paper. What is a reading and what is an analysis? And I'm going to go through those in a minute, but here are the links so that you can look at them yourself. The View and Do 00 is due on Monday or by Wednesday at 6 a.m., as is your one-page description. Looking ahead, the reader analysis rough draft is due a week from today or finally by the following Monday at 6 a.m. Okay, so let's go back to the notes. If you can't access the course Google Docs, make sure that you are logged into your Google account. If that doesn't work, then email me. Excuse me. I want to reiterate the discussion requirements. Post one original response and one response to someone else's first response. You need only do these two responses. The Hofstadter discussion is open for you to do these two responses until we move on to the second paper. So the idea here is to post your first response now and then wait a little while until others have posted their responses and then reply to one of those responses. Okay? Okay, here's some notes on the reader analysis. First, some definitions. So, to do a reading, look at definition number 6 here. Okay. So, a reading is the form or version of a given passage in a particular text. Example, the various readings of a line of Shakespeare. So there are various readings to any text. And that's what I'm asking you to do here, is to make a reading, your reading of Hofstadter. It's individual, it's personal, and it's temporal. You know, it has something to do with who you are right now at this point in time. And it has nothing to do with some final interpretation. It's one version of a reading at this particular moment. Okay, so back to and then an analysis. Look at definition number 2 here. This is the process as a method of studying the nature of something or determining its essential features and their relations. The grammatical analysis of a sentence. So you could substitute the reader analysis of a sentence. How that sentence works as a function of your reading. So According to these definitions, an analysis is basically a process of finding out how something works. So if you want to do a reader analysis, you want to explain how you read something, and that something is a reading you've made of 3 or 4 sections from the Hofstadter essay. So do a reading of Hofstadter and then tell us in your essay what you did when you performed this reading. So we're talking about the process and not the product. We're not, usually when you do an analysis of a piece of a literary text, a poem or an essay or a story or whatever, you're going for your interpretation. You don't talk about how you got to that interpretation. Well, that's what we're interested in here. We're interested in the process, not the product, not the interpretation, but the process of how you got to the interpretation. Okay, so what's due today? Let's go back to the schedule. Well, we're starting the 01 and the 00 is due on Monday. Okay? Thank you.